Today's heading is characteristics of mammals. We're moving into mammals. Characteristics of mammals. So all mammals are warm-blooded. They all make their own heat. I guess I could say we all make our own heat. We are mammals. If it's cold in here, our bodies will shiver. We'll burn up calories more to make heat. If it's hot in here, we'll sweat to maintain our body temperature. We are warm-blooded. All mammals have hair. Some sort of hair. Maybe it's fur completely covered like a dog or a bear or something like that. Maybe it's something like us where we just have light hair in most places, thicker hair in a few places. Even things like dolphins and whales have a little bit of hair, not a ton. But we all have hair for different reasons. Most of the time it is to stay warm or to stay cool. It kind of acts as an insulation. Some of our hair, like our eyelashes, our eyebrows, are meant to protect our eyes. Like camels have long eyelashes to keep sand out of their eyes. Kind of use it as protection. All mammals produce milk to feed for their young. All mammals produce milk for their young. Giving milk to babies. As opposed to, like birds, for example, as soon as their young hatch, they can eat regular food. Or fish, once they hatch, they can eat regular food. We produce milk for our young. And milk can be different for different animals or at different times. For example, when you're first born, if I use a calf, for example, when they're first born, the mothers will create this really thick, really rich milk called colostrum, which is full of antibodies and is high in fat. It's that first milk that they get that really kind of gets their immune system going so they don't get sick, and kind of gives them a big dose of calories early on. Then as they get older, the milk becomes less rich and less filled with calories. Most have specialized teeth based on what they eat. We've kind of said this before. Did I skip one? Specialized teeth. Herbivores are going to eat plants. They're going to have mostly flat molars with some incisors on the front to snip it off. Carnivores are going to have those, but they're going to have some canine teeth. They're really sharp, long ones for ripping flesh. And then omnivores like us are going to have a little bit of everything. We have canine teeth, but they're not huge. We have lots of molars for mashing up plant material. So we have specialized teeth for what we eat. A horse's teeth looks a lot different than your dog's teeth because their diets are completely different. Types of teeth, we better write this down. Incisors are the front ones. You have 4 incisors on the top and 4 on the bottom. Those are meant to cut things into smaller pieces. Like a carrot, for instance, you snip it off. We have 4 canine teeth, 2 on top, 2 on bottom for ripping. You see a dog will, when they're chewing on something, will turn their head to the side to use their canine teeth to rip it up. And then we have tons of molars in the back. Maybe you've heard of wisdom teeth. Those are molars that come in later in life. If you're having issues or whatever, they might have to pull them. But we have all of these things because we are omnivores. We eat plant and animal material. We have 4-chambered heart. Mammals have a 4-chambered heart. That's 4 compartments. So this would be a ventricle, ventricle, atrium, atrium. And the blood is going to flow through in different ways. But a 4-chambered heart, as opposed to like our earthworms that we dissected that just had a vein that was muscular and contracted. We have big time hearts. Maybe you saw that in the frog. Hopefully we'll see that really well when we dissect our rats. Well-developed lungs. If I compare our lungs to the frogs when we dissected it were really small. They worked well, but they're small because our frogs also could breathe through their skin. At the beginning of their life, they breathe through gills, so their lungs weren't as well developed as ours. Ours are big. They're the only way that we can breathe, so they have to be good, because that's our only way of getting oxygen. Lung development for babies is usually the last thing to happen before they're born. So sometimes premature babies, their lungs won't be fully developed. They'll have breathing issues. They might have to give you like shots of like steroids, a type of steroid that lets your lungs finish developing. So well-developed lungs. The thought, you don't need to write anything, is basically about 200 million years ago, mammals evolved. There were small little mammals around. After the dinosaurs became extinct, then mammals were able to thrive and increase. Let's stop there.